How's it, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Gridiron Bangahz. It is just me and Bryson today. Say hello to the fans.
How's it? How's it?
As you notice, we are missing Jake. Just one of those days. He'll be back for the next one. But that said, show must go on, so we'll just dive straight into it. Our Thanksgiving games. Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. Won your guys' turkey bowls. Enjoyed your family meals, whatever it is. And we got some football. So, first game to start off was the Green Bay Packers taking down the Detroit Lions 29-22. Throw this over to Bryson. He is our Jameer Gibbs Lions fan of the season.
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, I know we all kind of took the Lions going in this one. They seem like a clear favorite, obviously playing in Detroit, but for some reason they just have a track record of kind of, you know, dropping duds to the Packers and then dropping duds in Thanksgiving games. I think if you look back at their Thanksgiving games, they've got a losing record. Um, but it's just another one of those games where they were playing from behind, looked like they maybe could have made a comeback, but just couldn't really generate much in the end. Definitely a day of turnovers that kind of killed them. Packers really played really cleany, really clean. Gave up 0 sacks. No interceptions, no fumbles. And then on the other side, the Lions, they gave up 3 sacks. They had 3 fumbles. I think Jared Goff had a couple, fumbles on some of his sacks. So yeah, just a rough game for them. Got to give credit to the Packers. They played really clean. Jordan Love, had a nice day passing. The ground game wasn't as there as as the Lions' ground game, but they played a clean game. Jordan Love, another one of those big games this year, kind of just been hit or miss with him, and it just happened to be his day today. And yeah, kind of a tough one for the Lions. Definitely kind of out of that number one seed in the NFC race with the Eagles getting a win this week and them taking a loss. So that AFC race might or NFC race might be locked for the Eagles. Who knows? It's football. Anything can happen. But yeah, just a tough one. Back to back games. The Lions are playing from behind. Obviously, they got the win last week, but just couldn't get it going this one. Too many turnovers. Too many fumbles. Too many sacks given up. And yeah, not a recipe for winning. So they definitely need to figure things out. The defense was really kind of non-existent that game. Got to see bigger games from that defense. Not getting any sacks against the Packers is kind of, that's a losing recipe. So, yeah, they should have been their game at least going into it. They were kind of clear favorites. But yeah, we know what football is. Anything can happen any given day, and quarterbacks like Jordan Love, they tend to have their hot days and their cold days, and today was just a hot day for Jordan Love. Or Thanksgiving was, not today, sorry.
Oh, good. Yeah, totally agree with you. Definitely been some rough Thanksgivings for Lions fans because they're just always in Thanksgiving games. So, been rough. I really like what Green Bay has. I mean, they're 5-6 on the year, not the best record, but I feel like with the whole Jordan Love being first year, third year in the NFL with post post Rodgers, I feel like they're playing pretty good. They have their ups and downs for sure. I mean, just like any young team, but I feel like they've been putting together enough good showings that I kind of are optimistic for their future. I mean, 1 year in with LaFleur and Love, I can expect them to get better. I hope. We'll see, but yeah, definitely great showing by the Packers.
Yeah. I mean, this is essentially his rookie year. I mean, yeah, he's 3 years
Yeah.
in, but first time starting and actually playing. But yeah, like you said, that post Aaron Rodgers, it's definitely big shoes to fill, and expectations were high. So I think he's not like exploded, but he's done well enough, a lot better than some of the other quarterbacks in the league. So
No, definitely agree. Yeah, at least they showed enough that you can at least build with him because they are missing a lot of pieces just in as a team in general. I mean,
yeah,
but should be interesting. And good news for Lions fan is you're not going anywhere in that division. You pretty much have that locked in, so at least you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, with
yeah.
the Eagles taking the win, talk about that later. But it's gonna be tough. You're kind of just fighting for second now with SF, which I'm not too sure who holds it right now.
I think with this loss, it's probably the Niners
That's what I'm
because
thinking.
I think they're
Divisional
tied right
loss.
now.
Yeah, they're both 8-3, so I
Yeah.
think divisional loss
So a
is gonna put
division
them
loss,
low.
yeah, yeah. The Lions should be lower.
Still, plenty of weeks left, but first place is kind of looking out of reach, but
Well, the Cowboys are also 8-3 too. So
yeah, but they got to win the division
yeah,
to be second or third. So yeah, yeah, yeah. That was wrap up the Packers Lions game. And speaking about the Cowboys, we'll dive into their game next. They're the midday game, pretty much just taking care of business against the Commanders, 45-10. Not much to talk about. I mean, we kind of all expected this. I think the spread on this game was like 17, 14, 17 points going in. So
yeah.
betting lines new. Just Cowboys looking good. It's going to be a great matchup. I think they play the Eagles next week. 2 games behind. It's kind of tragic since they won't be playing for the top of the division next week against the Eagles, but they've been looking really good. Defense, I mean, Deron Bland, I believe is his first name.
Yeah,
Another pick six. I hate to say it, I feel like he might be putting his name in the defensive player of the year case. I
he's right
never saw
there. I
him.
mean,
Yeah,
breaking the record for pick sixes is no easy feat. So
yeah. And definitely he's not like Trevon Diggs that year because at least most of the stats I've seen, he's been pretty much locked down, hasn't been giving up big plays like him. And I don't know, I see a lot of comparisons to that Stephon Gilmore depoy. So yeah, Cowboys keep playing like this. I can kind of see him being in that topic, being with Michael Parsons on the team. I think it's a little questionable on how much glory he'll get, but
yeah.
keep scoring touchdowns. He's definitely going to continue that debate. That'll wrap up that game. Not much else to talk about. Moving on to the Thursday night game, we have the 49ers taking down the Seahawks 31-13. Sorry, but I'm gonna throw
No
this one to
worries.
you.
Yeah, no, it's all right. Um, yeah, I mean, think we all expected the Niners coming into this one. They were going to be rolling in hot after last week. Divisional matchup in Seattle, but Niners just look really good. Got to Geno, definitely made it hard on him. Had six sacks on the day, and yeah, they just kind of dominated. Christian McCaffrey once again, stuff in the stats. Um, had himself a day, and Ayuk and Purdy, that connection's legit. They tend to find the end zone quite a bit. And yeah, not much to say. I mean, we know what the Niners are. We know what they're going to do when they, play the way that we expect them to play. Obviously, they've dropped a couple duds this year. Definitely some close ones that they could have won. But yeah, they're right there in the NFC race now. Probably not for first, but for second. Uh, and yeah, I think it's anybody's race. Definitely going to be close between them and the Lions. I think, like you said, yeah, the Cowboys, because of that Eagles division, probably not going to be in that conversation, but who knows? I mean, we could see the Cowboys beat the Eagles and the Eagles take some more losses. Like we've been saying, like I said earlier, it's football, anything can happen. But yeah, the Niners look good. I think they're, I don't want to say like for sure contender locks, but because it's going to depend on Purdy, but their defense is legit, and they definitely can win games off of defensive alone, and just need kind of Purdy to not play bad. And yeah, rough one for the Seahawks. Kind of back to back 2 division matchups, taking losses. Obviously, last week was a lot closer. They could have won that one with a field goal, but yeah, two division losses in a row really hurts them, especially with the Rams kind of getting a win this week and slowly kind of creeping back. That definitely is going to make a big difference in the playoff picture because right now it's a pretty tight race. So definitely got to keep an eye on that. NFC looks really strong right now.
Yeah, the NFC race is definitely heating up, especially in these next 2 weeks. I didn't mistake it. The Eagles play the Niners next week, and then the
Okay.
Cowboys after. So, I mean, just those 2 matchups alone, it seems
Yeah,
like
those are
there's gonna be
big
a lot of
matchups. Yeah.
shakeup at the top. Yeah, Eagles are going through a tough stretch, but yeah, 49ers look good. I mean, I put them as contenders. I kind of have them as my number one team, I think, right now. Definitely debatable with the Eagles, but with the addition of Chase Young, that pass rush of him and Bosa has just been scary. It's just been a problem that teams are struggling to figure out on how
Yeah,
to
it
move the
looks
ball or do
that was
anything.
definitely a W move by the Niners. Huge pickup because they
Yeah,
were scary before, but
Oh yeah, I had to go
It's yeah, it's dominant
top
now.
of talent in the draft. It's been yeah. Hopefully they don't sign him long term for the safety of the rest of the league. But yeah, I have the Niners up there, and I questions about Purdy, but I think Christian McCaffrey's been amazing this year, and that's where they want to go is on the ground game, play great defense, run the ball, control the ball, and I mean you come out of wins. Seen
Yeah,
it many times. This team's been doing it for years.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, and Seahawks, just not that caliber team. And I just need to see more consistency, I feel like, out of them. They've been having some great games, and then they dropped duds like this week and last week. Yeah.
yeah. I think eventually we'll have to have a DK conversation.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. We'll save that
I
for
think it
Jake.
has to be had. Yeah,
I know Jake has some opinions on DK as well,
yeah,
so definitely we'll jump into that because they do have a lot of talent there, but it does not seem like it's paying off.
yeah.
Yeah, but that'll wrap up Thanksgiving games, and then we got blessed with the first Black Friday, another holiday game, pretty much, with the Dolphins and the Jets. Wasn't the greatest matchup, but the Dolphins took care of business, taking out the Jets 34-13. Not much to say. I mean, we kind of seen the Jets' struggles on offense this whole year. This game was nothing different. Yeah, you switched out Zach Wilson, put in what is his name?
Tim
Nick
Boyle.
Boyle? Tim Boyle? Yeah, Tim Boyle. And I was correct on the last one. His he threw like one touchdown to like 13 picks or something like that. It was him. It definitely was him. And I mean, he's doing starting off better in the NFL than he did in college because he has one touchdown for two picks.
Yeah,
So,
I took the under on his passing, and he went over, so that was great.
hmm, yeah. Thanks for making him play better. Jinxed it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But didn't see great QB play from either of these two teams though. Even Tua didn't look great. It was even when they did get the offense moving, I felt like it was kind of just a Waddle and Tyreek show, just them making plays like they normally do. But I
Yeah.
really like Dolphins. Their defense is definitely stepping up.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think that pick six definitely played a factor going into halftime. Definitely a momentum steal for them. So yeah, I think that secondary is looking good. I think Jalen Ramsey coming back, having you know 3 games in a row with a pick. I don't think he got one this one, but just that kind of mentality he brings to that team. Um, obviously I've seen it as a Rams fan, so I know what he's about, what he can do, and that kind of energy he brings to a defense. So I definitely feel like they've kind of done a 180 on the year with him coming back and kind of having that level of play from him right off the bat.
Yeah. Same thought here. I think he almost got a pick. I think he had a pass breakup. Was super close. Just I think didn't survive the ground. But yeah, he's been game changing for them. He's been making plays since he's been back, and man, they just have names in that backfield with him, Javon Holland, and I think they still have one more cornerback.
Xavier
Oh
Howard.
yeah, Xavier Howard. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were loaded and they still have Chubb rushing. So this
Yeah.
team looks like they can be contenders moving forward. Just Tua's got to clean up that play because everyone else is playing phenomenal.
Yeah, I think this game was a kind of a one-off, at least in terms of expectations, because it's the Jets. I mean, we know what the Jets are. They just
Yeah.
somehow find a way to give QEs problems.
Yeah. They have a good defense. That's why
Yeah.
can't take away that. Saul is a defensive coach, so he's got that defense on the right track. Just that offense is not playing good enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily agree with the Tim Boyle. I mean, I felt like as bad as the play was from Zach, I I still think it would have been better with Zach. I don't know.
Oh, I'm
We'll
definitely
see it
with
going
you.
forward, but
I would have only understood benching Zach if you got a veteran in there. I don't know
yeah,
why you would go to
that's where I
another
was kind of
unproven.
coming from. Where I felt like
Yeah.
unless you're making a move to bring somebody in, it just didn't make sense.
Like your defense is playing phenomenal. You just need a quarterback that's not going to turn over the ball, and you'll be in at least half these games or
Yeah,
more. But weird choice. I mean, the off year they don't have Rodgers. think we're all just gonna let it slide this year. We weren't expecting anything after four plays into Monday Night Football Week 1 from the Jets. So yeah,
Yeah.
big question will be next week or next year. But yeah, that will wrap up our holiday games and this one video. So catch us on the next video. We'll be wrapping up Sunday's games and our games, which games are game of the weeks, and we might be missing Jake, but definitely got to talk about that Eagles game. So
Yeah, for
catch
sure.
y'all on the next one.